Hello my beautiful superheroes, welcome back to my channel, the place where we make the impossible possible. If you're new here, hi, I'm Scarlet Grace, I'm a manifestation coach and I help people break through their limitations and manifest their heart's desires. In this video, I'm going to talk about living from the end in order to manifest your desire, no matter what your desire is. I see that there's still a lot of confusion about what it means to live from the end, and that's why I wanted to make this video to clear things up and make it easy for you. But before we jump into this, if you want to learn how to manifest any desire fast with the law of assumption and Neville Goddard's teachings, then start now by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you won't miss any video that could change your life. I also have several self-study courses to help you manifest, including a 21-day course on how to manifest your specific person. And if you need some extra help and my personal advice for your situation, coaching is now open. You can find the links for all of those things in the description below. Alright, so let's talk about living from the end. If you're completely new to the concept of living from the end and to the law of assumption, let me first explain what it means to live from the end. So living from the end means living on the inside as if your desire has already manifested. So thinking and feeling from the point of view of, I already have this. It's not something I want. It's not something I'm moving towards. It's not something that is coming my way. I already have this. So if what you want to manifest is a new car, you're not thinking about it during the day, you're thinking from it. You're thinking as if this is already your car. You feel thankful that you have this car. You approach it mentally and emotionally on the inside as if it's already yours. If it is a relationship you want, you don't think of yourself in your own head as single. You think of yourself as a person who is in a committed relationship. If you want to get a promotion, you don't think of yourself as somebody who is striving to get a promotion. You're thinking of yourself as the person who already got the promotion. That's the simple explanation of what it means to live from the end of your desire. Now, where it gets confusing is a lot of you wonder if living from the end is the same as acting as if. And it's not the same. And the reason it's not the same is it's because when you live from the end, that doesn't mean that you have to have all the conversations in your life and take all the actions as if the thing is already yours. Because that would be impossible, and that's why many people get confused. So if you think of yourself as the person who owns this new car, that doesn't mean that if a car like that, the car that you want to manifest, the exact same brand and color and model, is parked outside of your house, that you go and try to break into this car because you're living from the end and this car is parked in front of your house, so it's yours. It doesn't mean that. Or if you want to bring your ex back and you haven't spoken in a year, if you run into them, you don't talk to them as if you're together right now. That would make no sense. People would think you're crazy if you did that. So living from the end is not the same as acting as if, because when you act as if, that means that you may do some crazy things that don't fit into your current reality. Living from the end is not about that. It doesn't mean that you never take any actions that are different than you would do before when you were not living from the end, but it's not the same as blindly pretending that you already have what you want with your words and your physical actions. Living from the end is more of an internal state. And this is why many people find it difficult to pinpoint exactly how to live from the end. So I want to give you a few examples so that you can understand how to actually live from the end of your desires, because living from the end is what manifests desires very, very fast. So living from the end is not about taking all kinds of physical actions and saying words that are in line with already having your desire if they don't make sense in the current context of your life. Living from the end also is not about thinking about your desire 24/7. That's the other misconception people have. So you want to be in a specific relationship, for example, and you think that living from the end means you're focused on that relationship and having it 24/7. That again makes no sense, because if you were in that relationship right now, you wouldn't be obsessing about it. We don't obsess over things that we already got. You think about things that you crave, but once you get the things, you don't think about them all day long. So if you were in that relationship right now, you wouldn't be focused on that relationship and how awesome it is 24/7. If you had that promotion right now, you wouldn't be focusing on your job all day long. There's no reason to. You wanted a promotion, you focused on getting the promotion, you got the promotion, now you go on with your life. if you want that new car, you don't think about having that new car and how it's already yours 24/7 when you buy it. You may think about it several times during the day, especially since the car is new. For the first few days or weeks, you may think about your new car a lot, but not all the time. So living from the end doesn't mean spending the whole day having that car in your mind or that relationship in your mind. Living from the end is an internal state. And this is what you need to understand in order to be able to do that easily, to live from the end easily. It is not about taking physical actions. It is not about obsessing over the thing that you want to manifest. It's an internal state. So, what do I mean an internal state? We always approach things from how we feel on the inside. So let's say that right now you're broke and you approach the world as if you're broke because this is something that interferes with your life. So you wake up in the morning, you make a cup of coffee, you have bills to pay, you start obsessing and stressing over the fact that you don't have enough money to pay your bills. And that's how you approach the world. This is where you come from. This is your inner state. So if what you want to manifest is financial prosperity, what changes is your inner state. So the question you need to ask in order to live from the end is, if I already were financially prosperous, how would my inner state change? So in the previous state, you were drinking your coffee, being stressed over the bills that you need to pay. If right now you weren't under any stress to pay your bills because you had enough money to pay all your bills with ease, how would you be drinking your coffee? The physical action is the same. You're still drinking your coffee. Maybe it's in your favorite mug. Everything else is the same. What changes is your feelings and your thoughts around this situation. So if you already had all the money you needed to pay your bills and also all the money you needed for fun and recreation right now, wouldn't you be feeling different? When you woke up in the morning, would you feel stressed? No. So this is the state that you need to replicate. Ask yourself, how would I be feeling if right now I had all the money I needed to pay my bills? Would I feel relief? Would I feel grateful? So this is the change that you need to make in order to be living from the end. Find different moments during the day, especially moments that used to stress you before. So if waking up stressed over your bills was a thing for you, what you need to do to live from the end is do the same action from a different inner state. Have your cup of coffee, but instead of feeling stressed, focus on, I already have the money and I feel so grateful. I have this great sense of ease on the inside now that I can pay all my bills. So basically put yourself mentally in the situation where your manifestation has already happened. It's already yours. And ask yourself, how would I be feeling right now? Maybe I would be thinking back to all the times, all the mornings that I woke up stressed over my bills and I didn't fully enjoy my coffee because I was stressed over my bills. But now I have this sense of relief and the coffee tastes better because I'm not drinking it in a stressed state, in a desperate state. Or if what you want is a relationship, maybe the thing that triggers you is lying in bed alone with your specific person not being next to you. So before, when you were in the previous state where you didn't have the person and you wanted to manifest the person, you would lie in bed alone and be sad and depressed that the person hasn't manifested yet. What if at this very moment you're still lying in bed alone, but you are already in your dream relationship with that person? How does that change your inner state? So you're in a great relationship, you just came back from an amazing date with that person, you're in your bed alone. Doesn't it feel different? So the action is still the same. The situation is still the same in your physical reality. You're still alone in your bed. Nobody near you. Nobody next to you. But the feelings are very different if this is what is happening right after a perfect date compared to when this was happening when you weren't even in contact with this person. The situation is exactly the same in your physical world. It's your inner feelings that change. Or let's say that what you want to manifest is a great new job and you haven't had a job for 6 months and then your car breaks down and you have to spend a lot of money on repairs. And you don't have the money right now. So if you approach it from the old reality that you want to change, you're broke and you feel desperate and you're sad because not only don't you have a job, but you also have to spend all this money to repair the car, and that will take up all your savings and then you will be left with nothing, and that's your internal state and the thoughts that you have. Whereas if you live from the end of I already have my great new job that pays me 6 figures per month, for example, you will still be mad that your car broke down and you have to spend all that money. You may still rant to your friends, but on the inside, you will be feeling relief because it happened now that I have this great new job. Like, it's still bothersome. I still hate the fact that my car broke down, but I'm not having the same feelings that I would have if I didn't have a job. So living from the end is about your internal state and what story you interpret the events of your life from. At any given moment, for any desire that you have, you can approach things mentally and emotionally from the old story, the story of your reality as it currently is, or from the perspective of I already have my desire. So the car broke down. You can go into the story of how you cannot find a job, and on top of that, things keep breaking down and you're out of money and you don't know when you're going to find a job. Or you can approach the same event, your car breaking down, from the perspective of I hate that this happened. I'm super mad that this had to happen now. But I'm relieved at the same time because now I have this awesome new job and I can pay for the repairs. I would much prefer to spend that money on vacation or something cool for myself, but at least I have this job and I can pay for the car repairs now. Different inner state. You can go to work and be mad at your boss and think that they hate you because they are very demanding. And you can approach this from the perspective of this person is never going to give me that promotion even though I worked so hard because they obviously hate me and they're very, very demanding and they put a lot of pressure on me. Or you can interpret the same event, your boss being very demanding of you, from the perspective of my boss is very demanding and I wish he would relax a little bit, but at least I know that the reason my boss is so demanding is because I am the best at what I do. That's why he gave me that promotion. So it's a good thing that he's demanding. He tested me, found out that I'm the perfect person for this job. He gave me this promotion, and that's why he's demanding. That's a good thing that he's demanding. That proves that he trusts me, that he knows that I can do the things that other people cannot do. And that's why I'm the person that got picked to get that promotion. And next time there's a promotion, I'm going to be the one promoted again. Because I'm the best, and that's why everybody has high standards for me and high demands. At any given time, you have the choice. Will I see reality from my old perspective, from my old story, which will keep reinforcing the old reality and things will not change and I will not get my desire? Or will I decide that this desire is already mine and I'm going to see the world from the perspective of this desire is already mine? And I'm going to think and feel as if this desire is already mine. I'm going to approach all people and situations from the inner state of this desire is already mine, which is what will make it show up in physical reality. It's a choice. Every time you choose to approach reality, your whole life, from the perspective of this thing is already mine, the car is mine, the relationship is mine, the commitment is mine, the promotion is mine, good health is mine, perfect skin is mine, whatever your desire is. Every time you make the choice to approach reality from that perspective, you're living from the end. Every time the same negative thing that keeps happening and is part of the situation that you want to change happens, and you decide to see it not as this thing that keeps happening, but as this thing that is an isolated incident, you live from the end. So you keep arguing with your ex and you want to get back together. What if instead of telling yourself the story of how you keep arguing, you go into the story of we're back together and this is one of the rare arguments we have because we get along really great, so it's very rare for us to fight. My car broke down. This rarely happens to me. I don't care if it happened once a week up until now. If you decide to treat it as an isolated incident that doesn't mean anything, it doesn't mean that you are going to keep being broke. It doesn't mean that every time you get money, you're going to have to spend it on repairs. If you treat it as one isolated incident because you are living from the end of, I have a great car, that manifests your desire. I hope this video helped you. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, then please subscribe and hit the bell icon because I put out new videos every Sunday to help you manifest an amazing life.